Hello everyone, I am Judy Hanohan and today I will be discussing a literary piece titled Hope is a Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. So before we dive into the poem, let us take a moment to learn about Emily Dickinson herself. So Emily Dickinson was an American poet renowned for her unique and unconventional style of poetry. She was born in Amherst, Massachusetts, and spent much of her life in relative seclusion, which deeply influenced her writing. So her poetry often explores profound themes including death, immortality, nature, and the inner workings of the mind. Dickinson frequently employed four-line stanzas and was known for compressing deep meanings into just a few words. While her work is rooted in her own experiences, it resonates universally with the readers. During her lifetime, Dickinson published only 10 poems, but she secretly organized a collection of nearly 1,800 poems. Her writing is also characterized by its unconventional punctuation, slant rhyme, and varied meter, all of which contributes to its emotional depth and complexity. Rather than adhering to any particular philosophical school, her work reflects her personal interpretation of the world. Today, Emily Dickinson is celebrated as one of the most significant figures in American literature, and her innovative style has inspired countless poets and writers. Now let us dive into the poem. I will first read it aloud and then we will analyze its stanzas and lines to deepen our understanding. Hope is a Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without words, and never stops at all. The sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be storm, that could abash the little bird that keeps so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asks a crumb of me. And that is the poem. Let's revisit the first stanza. In the first stanza, Emily Dickinson compares hope to a bird, calling it the thing with feathers. This shows that hope is light and gentle, but also very powerful. The phrase purchased in the soul means that hope lives inside us, resting quietly in our hearts and minds. The line sings the tone without the words suggest that hope brings comfort and encouragement even we can't explain it. It just exists within us, offering strength without needing words. The final line in the first stanza, and never stop at all, tells us that hope is always there and never goes away, even in the hard times. So it silently supports us through challenges. So overall, the first stanza shows hope as a constant and uplifting presence, represented by a bird that lives in our soul. So this bird sings endlessly, symbolizing that hope's ability to give comfort and strength without needing words. Like the bird, hope is always there, offering quiet support and encouragement. In the second stanza, Dickinson continued to compare hope to a bird and focuses on how it helps during difficult times. So the line and sweetest in the gale is heard. It means that hope is most comforting during tough times, represented by the gale, a strong wind or storm. So we feel hope's power most when we are struggling. The line, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird. It suggests that it would take a really difficult challenge into silence hope. So hope is strong and continues to survive even when things are hard. Lastly, in the second stanza line that keeps so many warm, it shows that hope has comforted many people during tough times. Even though it seems small, it gives emotional strength. Overall, the second stanza highlights that hope is strongest and most important during difficult times. Even when we face big challenges, it stays strong and it is hard to silence, offering comfort and warmth to those in need. Instead of fading in tough times, hope shines even brighter. In the third stanza, the speaker shares her personal experience with hope. The line, "I've heard it in the chillest land," means that the speaker has felt hope even in the coldest, hardest times where they felt isolated or alone. The line, "And on the strangest sea," suggests that the speaker has also felt hope in unfamiliar or uncertain situations like being lost in the sea of challenges. The last part of the stanza, "Yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me," shows that even in the hardest situations, hope never asks for anything in return. It is selfless and keeps giving comfort and strength without expecting anything back. The third stanza reinforces the idea that hope is selfless and generous. Even when the speaker faces the hardest and unfamiliar situations, hope stays present, offering comfort without expecting anything in return. It is constant, giving force that asks nothing but provides so much. Overall, the poem describes hope as a gentle, constant presence that helps us through tough times. It is always there, giving us strength and comfort without asking anything in return. So let us examine the structure and forms of the poem. Hope is a thing with feathers consists of three quatrains or four-line stanzas. So the first two stanzas follow a rhyming scheme of ABAB and CDCD, while the final stanza deviates slightly with an EFFF rhyme pattern. The poem also adheres to a regular meter that alternates between iambic tetrameter or 4 beats per line and iambic trimeter 3 beats per line, giving it a musical quality. So this meter is commonly referred to a hymn meter, which is often found in church hymns as well as other works of Dickinson. Throughout the poem, Dickinson employs an extended metaphor that spans the three quatrains or quatrains. So the first stanza introduces hope as a bird that sings. The second stanza highlights the bird's resilience in the face of adversity. And the third stanza connects this metaphor to the speaker's personal experiences with hope. Next, we have the literary devices employed in the poem. We have metaphor. So the metaphor or the so in metaphor, the poem compares hope to a bird. So this bird represents hope that keeps singing and never stops even in hard times. So it shows that hope is strong and always there like a bird song that continues through challenges. We also have personification. So Dickinson describes hope as a bird that sits in the soul and sings. So this makes hope feels real and alive, helping readers to connect more emotionally to the idea of hope. We also have imagery. So the poem paints clear pictures in the reader's mind. So the bird flying through strong winds, storms, and cold places shows that hope stays strong even when life gets tough. Symbolisms are also present in the poem. So the bird stands for hope's lightness, freedom, and strength, while the storms and cold lands represents life struggles. So the bird's song symbolizes that hope is always present even in the difficult times. It also has dashes. So Dickinson uses dashes to create pauses and emphasize important parts of the poem. It adds a thoughtful tone and make the poem feel open to interpretation. Additionally, it has slant rhyme. So the poem uses imperfect rhyme like in soul and all, which gives the poem a soft musical quality. Next, we have here the theme of the poem. So the main theme of the poem is the resilience and persistence of hope, highlighting its strength and enduring nature. Dickinson illustrates that hope never gives up, even in difficult times. So it suggests that hope resides within everyone, offering comfort and courage and support when life gets tough. So no matter how challenging circumstances may become, hope remains with us, lifting our spirits and helping us persevere. Next is the message of the poem. So ultimately, the message of the poem is that hope is a powerful and constant presence in our lives. So it provides comfort and strength even in the face of adversity. Hope is always there, encouraging us to keep going, regardless of how tough things get. So the poem emphasizes that hope does not ask anything in return. It is selfless and enduring, much like a bird that continues to sing even when life is difficult. So before we end our discussion, I have a question prepared for you all. So the question is, how does hope help you get through tough times in your life? And that's all for my report. I hope you all learned something valuable from our discussion today. Thank you for watching.